Given in light of what today is, Thanksgiving, the rest of the world carries on like nothing happens. And the dick swinging contest of who is the world's richest person reared its ugly head this week, so I thought I'd focus on that. Claims that Bernhard Arnault, who has just bought out Tiffany's, which is another example of the large takeovers that this show had forecast, and him, Bezos and Gates are vying for the top position of the world's not richest, but the greediest bastard, if you ask me. The combined wealth of just those three, if it was taken off them and spent on eliminating global hunger, it would last for the next 11 years. The next four below them would eliminate global hunger for a further 10 years. So just 7 people's wealth could feed everyone on the planet for the next 21 years. Ponder on that for a second. Whilst we in America, or most of us did, all stuffed our faces to excess today, there are still so many who don't even have one meal. Never mind excess on one day. And I know many of you who are listening to this show are struggling in varying ways, but spare a thought today for the many who have it far worse in life. We have a Thanksgiving meal on one specified day of the year, and regardless of the history of that day, there are billions of people waiting on their next meal. To them, every meal is a Thanksgiving. And it doesn't have to be this way. This planet itself produces enough food to feed 3 planets per year. And yet we have over half of the world starving. Now, whilst we didn't create the problem, we are certainly responsible or negligent in our actions to prevent that type of genocide by largely ignoring it. Some will say, well, I gave money to charities to solve the problem. And that in basic terms is a nice gesture. Except you didn't investigate the charities you were giving funds to. And they just collected your money and spent it on themselves. It's how it works. The world was told back in 1984 about the problems in Africa with Live Aid, and billions poured in, allegedly, to feed the Africans. But what has changed? Nothing. Where did the money go? The same billionaire scroungers and fake famous people like Geldof and Bono as well. One giant PR stunt to make them look and act normal, and the perception that they care to the rest of us. They're not, and they don't. All partying at a cost of thousands of dollars per night, fake socialites, whilst those thousands of dollars per night wasted on fake drizzle meals and expensive grape juice could feed an entire village for a whole year. Kanye West spends $150 million last year alone. That is more than the GDP of several countries. And yet people are signing up to his fake church to garner more money to feed his excessive greed-based lifestyle. He is about as genuine and real as Joel Osteen, preaching out prepared scripts, saying all the right words while collecting vast millions of dollars off the people that totally negates the so-called message he is alleging to spit out. The pair of them are about as fake as a glass eye. So just 7 people can eliminate global hunger for the next 21 years. 7 people. One of those 7 people we can easily stop their harvesting tactics, Jeff Bezos. But no, people like the convenience too much. I will just order off Amazon has become like a new meme. Go to your shops and buy the item you want and boycott Amazon altogether. That baldy freak alone could end global hunger for the next 3.5 years with his own money. Instead, he's spending on increasing his own power base. All just to say, I'm the richest man in the world. These people have no touch with reality, and it's on a par with receiving badges for killing people. It is and should be a hall of shame, not a badge of honour. This next sentence or paragraph, if it doesn't hit home the reality of it, it never will. The average person spends around $125 a day. Some spend more, some spend less. But $125 a day is around the average. And this is your total spending on items such as mortgages or rent, food, energy and other expenses. But if Jeff Bezos spent the same $125 a day out of his current fortune, that would last him 880 million days before he ran out, or 2.4 million years. With this being Thanksgiving Day and being thankful for what you have, this piece of shit has that amount, whilst many have nothing. Ponder on that again. If Bezos spent the same $125 a day, his current fortune would last him 880 million days, or 2.4 million years. Jeff Bezos, the world's self-serving, greediest bastard award. Put that on your mantelpieces. Bezos, Gates, Arnold and Buffett. The irony that Buffett has 86 billion and yet won't give a massive chunk of it away so billions can have a buffet is not lost on me, and more importantly, should not be lost on you also. Need, not greed, is the people's ideal going forward. People acting real and in reality land, not fake vacuous bastards living in the city of light world where no problems exist. They exist everywhere. And it is our duty as humans to correct all the world's ills, and we won't do that being service to self. Correct your thinking, your own perspective, and your own responsibility in these matters, and your roles to correct it going forward. Because you know what? Nothing else matters.